Welcome everybody, this is Catherine Osies. I wanted to show you the Humphrey Winterton collection of East African photographs from 1860 to 1960. It's housed at Northwestern University, so I thought that we would start on the library's homepage and just scroll down to Online Resources, Digital Library Collections. Click on that. And here we see the digital collections. We just find Humphrey Winterton collection and click on that. And so we're on the home page, and this little bit of interesting information is this page here. The background changes every time you come to the collection. So now we're going to go to the About the Collection page. We have a brief synopsis of the collection and where it's housed at Northwestern University. And about the website, the collection has over 7,000 photographs, 230 glass slides, which we will be looking at, and some other materials. There are some interesting guides that we can look at in a little bit about the project, how it was funded, how it was digitized. I would show you the new amps, otherwise known as Northwestern University Advanced Media Production Studio. But when we're recording, it does not let us go and look at it. I do recommend that you go and check out their webpage. It's very interesting. Some news. They were in the newspaper. Their rights statement is here on the front page and not with every individual image. And their credits, which goes on for miles. Alright, let's move on to the collection. Like I said before, it was the collection wasn't cataloged using or housed on a platform that is standard in the field, like Content DM or anything like that. It's a homemade system, so there are different ways that you can browse it and search it. There's the typical collection browser. The collection was processed and cataloged and digitized as received, so in original order to preserve provenance, which is a very standard and traditional way archives do things. You can browse by keyword, so every single one of these is searchable term. So we're going to move down and let's check out what they have on banana. Not plural, just one banana. Another interesting feature of the Winterton collection is that when you scroll over some of these pictures, they will scroll through all of the pictures within the series in letters. Computer's a little slow. Okay. Like I said, it's not just photographs, there are also slides. Let's check out some of these slides. How about this one? So when you see that they scroll through, it's an indication that you can flip through the entire series using this scroll through button or page through. Let's take a look at the metadata real fast. So you can see that it's nothing like a DC. It's homemade, has very interesting indexing elements like cultural context and citation. So let's go ahead and look at a couple more. These are glass slides. And when you see this here, glass 15 through 6, it limits what you can find in the rest of the drop downs. So when I take that away, just give it a second. Or a few seconds. There we go. It reopens all of that. Let's take a look at the albums. A lot of these are photographic albums of missionaries and other early travelers to Africa. Take a look at this one. Like this one, you can scroll through just like you saw on the other with the slides. And it's not just photographs and slides. There are also very interesting ephemera or artifacts from Egypt, or I just gave it away, from Africa. Take a look at those. So if you click on the image itself, it opens up and you can zoom in, and there's other artifacts here. So you can get really in-depth views of these artifacts, even though they are all the way in Cairo. Like I said before, one of the interesting and unique features of the Winterton collection is its teaching aspects and how it's used for teaching K through 12 and helping teachers teach their students about Africa and East African history. You can borrow a lesson plan or check out the timeline. You can scroll back and forth on the timeline. And it just has links for helping teachers teach about Africa effectively and making it relevant to their students. And that is the Humphrey Winterton collection of East African photographs from 1860 to 1960. I hope you enjoyed the screencast and take a minute to check out the collection on your own. Thank you.